Hi everybody, my name is Todd. My family and I used to live on the outskirts of town, and if you think this is some cool mansion community, you're mistaken. My mom, dad, and grandpa were crammed into a small 2-bedroom house. My parents made very little money, or rather, my father. Mom stayed at home, despite the fact that my grandfather used to bring home good money, and all his fortune was taken by Dad's little brother, leaving both Grandpa and Dad with nothing. When I asked what my grandfather used to do for a living, Dad was silent. He didn't like to talk about him at all. They had been fighting ever since my uncle had cheated the two of them in a business deal. So we lived in perpetual tension. Sometimes there was nothing to eat. We had to starve and make do with nuts and berries, as there was a forest nearby. One day, my grandfather went for a walk and brought a couple of fish that he had caught in the river. Mom and I were very glad, and she immediately started cooking. I was already so hungry that I was ready to eat the fish raw. My inner bear was awakening in me. I was so hairy and angry. I hurried to my mother. "Mom, when? She just freaked out and yelled, I'm cooking! Enough already, huh?" And I answered her, "How awesome it is to be an adult. If you need money, go earn money. Could not earn? Starve to death. Simple, right, Mom? Stop distracting me, boy. A hungry man is an angry man. Get out. Whatever you find, eat it. If you're so smart, God darn it, boy. Mom, come on, don't shout. It makes you age faster. What did you say?" But before she could slap me, I ran away. I went outside and was looking for food. What can I eat? I wanted to eat so bad. And then a tree caught my eye. The bark seemed so juicy and fresh. I licked a little bit. It seemed sweet. Then more. And then I took a bite. And in my mind, bright colors started to play. My tongue almost went crazy. I plucked a piece and ate it. And I wasn't full yet. Then I moved on to the grass. It was slightly sour, but still edible. Then the clay lumps came in. They seemed to me like lollipops in consistency, only harder. But I managed to chew it with my teeth. Finally, when I was full, I sat down on the ground and chilled. It took me a few minutes to realize that I had just eaten the tree and the grass, and it wasn't that bad. Tasted like chicken. How could I do that? I grabbed my stomach and lay down on the grass I had recently tasted, crossed my arms over my chest, and was like, "That's it. I'm so gonna die." Then my mom's silhouette appeared above me and woke me up with a gentle voice. "What are you laying around for? Let's go eat. You yelled the most," and walked away. At the table, I was not hungry. I kept looking at the dishes, the table, thinking about, could I eat this too? Mom asked me why I wasn't eating. I told her that I wasn't hungry anymore and went to my room. I spent most of the night thinking about my weird talent. In the morning, I wanted to pass out, but I smelled something spicy. So pleasant to smell, it was beckoning. I closed my eyes and slowly walked to the smell. It led me to a history book. What? I asked myself. But as soon as I picked it up, I was shocked. The book had different pages. It had a different smell, and I was sure it looked like chips. I took a bite of a page, and here we go. My mind fogged up. Only the binding remained in my hands. I hid it under the bed because my mom came in with the words, "Wake up! It's time for school." And as my bad luck would have it, my first class was history. I lied that I had forgotten my textbook, and the smell of it filled the whole class. Man, I wanted to jump on the book and devour it. Anyway, while my roommate couldn't see me, I tore out a few pages and asked to go to the bathroom. When I got there, my classmate yelled to the whole class, "Todd went to the bathroom and wiped himself with my history book." What? Are you sick or something? I saw you tear a few pages out of my book. Are you telling me you didn't wipe yourself with it? No. Ha! Then what did you do? Eat it? I'm sorry. I had to reread something. I'll make you copies from another book. And then these smells began to expand. Or rather, I could already smell not just the books, but some furniture, appliances, and even curtains. Every day, I experimented and tried something new. Surprisingly, I did not have any problem with my stomach. True, the desire was no longer unstoppable, and of course, I was tired. First, my mother found an uneaten textbook under the couch And then she found some teeth marks on the bed legs, on the window frame, on the soap, and a bitten-off spoon. She came up to me the way she likes to, quietly and from behind. "Todd, are you eating inedible things?" "Mom, you scared me. You didn't answer. Why are your teeth marks all over the house?" It wasn't me." "Oh my God. Did it get to you?" "Oh no, it's true." "What do you mean? What got to me?" "You're just like your grandfather. My dad and I were afraid of that." What do you mean?" And then Mom told me that a long time ago, they discovered Grandpa had an addiction and a craving for unusual, inedible foods. He also used to gobble up furniture, carpets, walls, and tools when he was little. At the time, his mother thought the child was insane and sent him to an asylum. And then he tunneled there overnight and escaped. He never came home, wandered around town. Good thing he didn't die of hunger. There was something to eat everywhere around town for free. And one day, Grandpa got into a pub where he was seen munching on a menu. He wanted to run away, but the owner was not afraid of him and offered him a job as a taster. And Grandpa worked there for a couple of years. It turned out that he has special taste buds. He immediately feels the product, what it will go with, and when it will rot. That said, his stomach could handle even leather purses. Grandfather became famous for the gift and had a long career. He made money, got married, had 2 sons, and divorced. The children stayed with him. Sometimes, Grandpa didn't want to eat regular food, and one day he got hungry for paper and was lured by the smell, and it was impossible to stop. He ate and fell asleep, and it turned out to be his younger son's government bonds. He got angry, kicked Grandpa and my father out, and took everything as his compensation. My father did not kick his father out, but when I was born, he made him promise that he would never show or tell me what he ate. That's why we lived in the forest, so my grandfather could eat the gifts of nature. And I thought he was deaf and dumb. When I heard this story, I was very happy. What if I, too, could become famous and make a fortune? I mean, Grandpa did it. It's a real curse. What if you started eating people? I did not think about it. Do you want a bite? Todd, I'm just kidding. Mom, don't you get it? I'm not an ogre. I'm a connoisseur. Just because chalk doesn't taste good to you doesn't mean it does to everyone. What if I don't have enough calcium? You don't have brains, son. Dad, say something. Why don't you say something? But Dad kept making a disgruntled face and keeping quiet. For a long time, my parents didn't reveal this to me. Only my grandfather supported me. He finally started talking. Then I made an ultimatum that I would eat not only at home, but also in the street and at school and in front of everyone. Then they'll send me to the asylum like Grandpa, and I would know how to get out of there. Don't even think about it. I won't let my only son go to those places. Who cares? Then again, I won't starve to death, Mom. My mother was against it for a long time. Tried to talk me out of it, but only my grandfather understood the urge in me for something more. What if it's not a disease, but a gift? So shouldn't I use it? And what do you think, dear viewers? Is it worth the risk? And what other options can you offer? And in general, have you met those who have a similar disposition? If you liked the video, then please like it and comment. Don't forget to subscribe.